Hello friends, welcome to DWG World. This is Greenland, the world's largest and mysterious island, which is going to become the world's most important island in the coming time. Most people don't know about Greenland. Because of its unique location and climate, it has remained relatively anonymous throughout our history. It looks bigger than Mexico, but its population is only 56,000, and all this population lives on the western and southern coastline. Now the obvious reason is that almost 80% of Greenland is covered with ice. And that's why no one gives it much importance. But very soon everything is about to change this ice-covered island that has remained anonymous for centuries. It has now become a very important place for the world's major superpowers. The US has reopened its consulate here in 2020. China is building airports in Greenland. NATO officials are visiting Greenland again and again. What is going to happen that makes Greenland so important? Let's know the answer to this question in this video. Whoever controls the oceans will rule the world, and it has been like this for the past 100 years. Whoever had control over the world's oceans ruled the world. But in our same world, there is an ocean which no one has tried to control, and that is the Arctic Ocean. For centuries, this ocean has been covered with ice, due to which everyone was afraid to come here. But now a big change is coming due to global warming. The ice of this sea is melting very fast. And this melting ice means new trade routes, control more freshwater reservoirs, and new superpowers, and the gateway to this ocean, Greenland. Greenland is inside the Arctic Circle, meaning anyone who wants to go into the Arctic Ocean has to cross Greenland. So whoever controls Greenland will control the entire Arctic. In fact, America had understood the importance of this island for many years. When the United States set up military bases here to keep an eye on the Soviet Union during the Cold War, large radars were installed here. So that if the Soviet Union tries to attack America or Canada from the northern side, they can easily detect it. But after the end of the Cold War, there was no need for bases here. And the American forces left all these bases and went back. But now, due to global warming, as the ice is melting, the importance of Greenland is also increasing. But this importance is not only increasing because of the Arctic Ocean. 3 other things have happened because of this ice melt that will literally change the geopolitics of our future. First, we understand the location of Greenland. Canada, on the other hand, claims the entire Northwest Passage. That all shipping routes pass through their area and therefore should be under their control. Then comes Russia, which claims control over the entire region from the Arctic Ocean to the North Pole. And that is why he has built his military bases all over this region. Rather, some years ago, Russia also planted its flag on this ocean. In fact, after the ice melts, a new trade route will be created called the Northern Sea Route. After this route, sea trade distance between East Asia, Europe and North America will be reduced. Because is now a gateway to East Asia and Europe's mostly traded Suez Canal, so it will easily be a gateway to this route. Because this route is much shorter than that, and this route will be under the control of Russia. So Russia will make good money from this trade route. And that's why the US is building billions of dollars worth of icebreaker ships so that its navy can control the entire Arctic region. And then comes China, which is a completely non-Arctic country, meaning China has no border with the Arctic Ocean. But still China is very active in this whole region. And one reason for this is the Polar Silk Road, which he is building with Russia. And the second reason is that this small town in Greenland, Narsak, has 25% of the world's rare earth minerals in this small town. These are the minerals that make all our technology work. From smartphones to MRI machines, electric cars, military jets, our entire future is dependent on these rare earth minerals. And as the ice melts, these Greenland resources are beginning to be discovered. And not only this, but huge reserves of oil, gas, uranium and thorium have also been discovered in Greenland. In fact, according to scientists, Greenland has perhaps 30% of the world's undiscovered natural gas reserves, which is a lot. For centuries, this ice had hidden treasures under it, which are now slowly coming out. Greenland is under the control of Denmark, but it also has its own local and independent government. And America and China are directly pressurizing this government for their benefit. The US understands very well how much damage it will do if China invades Greenland. China already controls 70% to 80% of the world's production and supply of rare earth minerals. And if he set foot on Greenland too, then no one will be able to stop it from becoming a world superpower. Greenland lags behind the rest of the world in terms of infrastructure. Due to the mountains and snow, most of the travel is by small airplanes, helicopters or small ships and such snow dogs. In such a case, in 2017, the Prime Minister of Greenland went to China and requested funding from them to build airplanes. China was already looking for such an opportunity, so it immediately agreed, but this deal raised alarm bells in the United States. The American government immediately pressured Denmark to cancel the deal by putting pressure on Greenland. And just like that, Greenland terminated this agreement with China. And then Denmark started funding these airplanes instead of China. And of course America was giving this money to Denmark. Similarly, China already had an eye on Greenland's rare earth minerals. So China signed a deal with Greenland to mine zinc and lead, but after a while the owner of those mines abruptly cut off the deal with China. And the owner of the mine got a $650 million check from the US, making it clear who was behind the deal. So America is trying hard to prevent China from entering this island. Similarly, the US has also recently started setting up its state-of-the-art military bases in Greenland. And having dealt with the Greenland government, has sent many of his troops here. So that they get an idea of the Arctic conditions and can train in those conditions. Similarly, the United States is now giving millions of dollars to Greenland to mine rare earth minerals. A few years ago, Donald Trump also talked about buying Greenland. And the main reason for this was the billions of dollars of rare earth minerals. Then, in the political transition, all this was suppressed. Well, the interesting thing here is that the local community in Greenland was quite happy with the Chinese investment. Like they have quite a favorable opinion of China. And now China is making every effort to keep its access to Greenland. And that's why, despite so much opposition from America, China has a lot of investment in Greenland's fashion and tourism industry. So all the world's superpowers are actually trying to control Greenland. As time passes, the world geopolitical map is changing. The focal points of the world are changing and new opportunities and new powers are emerging. Only time will tell what the results of these changes will be on the world.